Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 13 has some really great features in it, but there's a few things that I would like to see change before its final release. And the first one has to do with updating your apps. Currently, when you update your apps, there's just a little update tab in iOS 12 down here. However, on iOS 13, you actually have to go into your account tab or button right here. And then if you scroll down and you have updates, they will be right here. You can update them all at once, but this is where they're at. So it's an extra step instead of actually just having a tab for updates. And so it's not the end of the world. It is an extra step, but I'm sure they removed it so that they would have room for the word arcade for this service coming later this fall. So this service will be available and you'll be able to play games through here, and hopefully they'll put it under the games category later and put updates back. But for now, it's an extra step, and I would like to see it moved back as soon as possible. It's just an extra step, and I don't think it needs to be there. Of course, they're just promoting games or arcade. Also, the next thing is something that's been there a very long time, and I probably get asked at least 2 or 3 times a week, have they changed this? Are they going to change this in iOS 13? And that's how calls come in when you receive a call. So if you're receiving a phone call, such as this one on my phone, when a call comes in, it comes in like this and takes up the entire screen. Now you can send that away immediately by double clicking the home or the power button and it will go away, but it's kind of a pain because it overlays anything that's on the display. So it's kind of a pain to see that on your screen when you're in the middle of doing something. Maybe you're working, maybe you're playing a game. It could just pop down similar to how it does in Android and then go away. So that's something that I think most people would be really happy to see change, and maybe it could pop in the side, maybe it could pop in the top. I don't know. It should change, but right now that's what we have with iOS 13. Now, the third thing that I think really is great, but is something that needs to come to other phones, has to do with portrait. So if you go into portrait mode on an iPhone XS Max or even an iPhone XR, you can go into portrait mode and then go to Studio Light, and you have this new little button here at the top. And this allows you to actually adjust the light, the amount of light in the actual screen. So you can adjust the light or the lighting here in real time. You'll see it gets lighter or darker, and then you can take a photo. You can also adjust it later on, and it's something that I would like to see come to older phones. It's not even going to be available on the iPhone X, so you will not have that option on older phones. And I think any of the phones with the neural engine, such as the 8 Plus or the 10, should be able to have this feature, but unfortunately it will not. So right now, it's only going to be with the 2018 phones and probably 2019 phones. Now, none of these changes have been really anything significant per se, except for maybe the phone call one. But one of the changes I would like to see is AirDrop. So if we go into photos and maybe we want to share this photo and we want to AirDrop it, we have to tap on AirDrop now. So it's a separate button that you actually have to hit in order to get it to work. So it's not a ton of work or anything, but it's an extra step that we didn't have before, and I would like to see them change that. And then finally, there's something that I think most people have found annoying since the very beginning, and that has to do with the home screen icons. Now, the icons work great. They're in a nice grid, but you can only arrange them from top to bottom, left to right. And it would be nice to be able to maybe leave a section out of the middle, maybe, and this can all be done with a jailbreak, of course, but it would be better if you could leave a section out of the middle, maybe move them around, maybe have them top to bottom on the left here, something like that, instead of just top to bottom, left to right. I know a lot of people would like to see this, and it's something that I get asked about all the time. When are they going to change? So maybe have those with a widget underneath, or just have it cleaned up. That's something I would definitely like to see. And I was going to mention 3D Touch, how it's changed a little bit, but since this is not the final version and it's not out yet, that could change by the end of how they do it. It works fine now. It works like you would expect, but it looks a little different and feels a little different. So it's something they're going to be updating in the future, I'm sure. But right now, those are the 4 things or 5 things that I'd really like to see changed before it's finally released in September. But let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. And of course, I'll link this wallpaper in the description as I always do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell if you'd like to get the videos as soon as they're released. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.